Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I truly have never really been a sling guy. I've rocked waist packs, which is also fanny packs, man purses, whatever you guys call it. I rock those, and I guess you can use it as a sling, but I really don't. I have it appendix. Why? Because of three main things. Number one, it's easier for me to access my gear. Number two, I train with it with my CCW inside of it, so that way I feel that much more comfortable. And number three, it doesn't get in the way of my chest, and I don't have to weigh my upper body down or anything like that because I just have it around my waist. But this Urban Ghost Sling by Vertx kind of flipped the script for me. What's going on, guys? MikeyDC here with Mikey Daily Carry. Today we're going to be taking a first look at the Urban Ghost Sling by Vertx 10 liter. Now, full disclosure, this bag was given to me for review, but if you want to purchase this yourself, I'll make sure I link it in the description of this video. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on this bag, a little bit of the specs on the exterior, the interior, and my overall pros and cons. First, let's talk about how clean this bag looks. It does not scream tactical whatsoever, and I really love that because it flies under the radar, but it still gives me the extra real estate that I've been missing. For example, in this main compartment here, I have the rapid access pull tab that this bag came with. I'm able to host this thing. And this is the Recover Tactical 2020N for my Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. Now, just for YouTube's sake, let's clear this thing. Got that there as well. That is clear. I'll make sure to show you guys a couple of videos of me slinging this around and whipping this bad boy out. Now, I haven't actually shot this thing because I haven't been to the range yet. This just got sent to me, but I felt that it was a perfect choice for this sling bag to rock for everyday carry use. Now, obviously you want to check your local laws and listings to make sure that this is something legal that you can carry in your state. Here in Nevada, this is. Now, let's put this back. Put that there, back into the bag. Now, I did get the black version sent to me, but there are two other colors for this, and it comes in a shock cord and a mountain color. The price of this bag is $124.99, but Vertx, if you guys follow, has sales quite often. There's also a lot of YouTubers out there, such as Last Line of Defense or Marine X, just to name a few, who have discount codes for Vertx's website. Obviously, it is the Urban Ghost Sling 10 liter because the capacity is 10 liters. Without anything loaded out and this coming straight out of the package, it weighs 1.4 pounds. The dimensions of this thing from top to bottom, you're looking at 14.5 inches. From left to right, you're looking at 11 inches. And the depth can go anywhere from 3 to 6 inches depending on how you pack this bad boy out. The maximum laptop size that you can put in the main compartment is 8 inches, but the 11 Pro iPad, which is my workhorse, actually fits in here quite perfectly. The bag itself is made out of 420D polycarbonate coated ripstop with a 210 HD nylon PU coating woven lining. The backpack itself is laced with YKK zippers, and they have this pull tab here, which is pretty much all around the bag except the front here, which you can put this rapid access pull tab at wherever you like it for your choosing. Let's talk about the exterior features of the bag. So starting back here, you have this nice padded shoulder strap. It actually has these two loop lines here, so that way if you want to put maybe a carabiner, your keys, you want to put a pocket knife or even a flashlight there, you can do so. And that is very nice and well padded. And this is actually a ambidextrous option where you can move it from this side over to this side. On the top here, you do have a nylon grab handle, which in my opinion, I think is kind of like an afterthought because it's so thin and flimsy. I'll talk about that a little bit later. On the top here, you do have a quick access pocket, which is felt lined. So you can put your sunglasses in there, your phone, anything that's delicate. In here right now, I just have some gum, but I do from time to time put my phone up there when I don't have the pocket real estate. On the back here, you also have this luggage pass-through, which also acts as a nice arm pass-through in an event where you need to use this as a shield, because Premier Body Armor makes a specific armor for this Urban Ghost Sling 10 liter. Now bear in mind that if you do decide to use the CCW compartment, which is right here, there's a zipper that comes down and it also zips the other way as well. It's important to know that this whole luggage pass-through area will protrude the minute you put a firearm and a holster in this designated area. Personally, I tried practicing with the CCW compartment and I don't have quite as fast of a draw as the guys over at QVO Tactical. Roger pulled that thing out like super fast and I was like, there's no way. The minute you open that, you really got to stage it in a certain way where the gun is right at the end and you pull that thing out and you're ready to deploy. I got to get some range time to get comfortable with that because like I said, I'm not really a sling bag dude. I'm a fanny pack guy. In a fanny pack, I have draws less than 1.5 seconds, but in here, I'm definitely adding a couple seconds to my draw. On the front side, you do have this little admin panel, which is double reinforced with elastic up top. So that way you can put like magazines in here and that way it doesn't fall out because the reinforcement up here really keeps that in place. It's also a real quick, easy dump pouch. If you have your wallet or any other EDC gear items on your person, you can put that in that pocket in the front. No problem. I really like this grab handle, however, because if you guys watch my videos, I'm a passenger princess bag type guy. So my backpacks, my slings, things that I rock to work, messenger bags, I take it off my person and I put it right in the passenger seat. So that way it's real easy for me to grab my gear when I need it on the go. I also really like the small accents of the loops here on the bottom because what you can do is you can put hero clips on there or you can put any other carabiners on there. I also thought of maybe adding some paracord on here, which can suspend from one side to the other side. So that way, if I have this on my person, I can use it to easily sling this around. But that's really what this rapid access pull tab is for. When you have this slung behind your back, you can grab this to lead it, and that way you can just zip with that same hand to open this up and get access to the interior. The ripstop nylon on this is really nice. You got YKK zippers all around, and the material itself is water resistant, so if water, dust, or anything like that gets on it, you can just dust it right off with your hand. Now let's move on to the interior of the bag and show you exactly how I kind of loaded this out for a quick errand run day, starting off with the main compartment. So like I had stated, I have this rapid access pull tab, which pretty much slings on over this way. I have it staged that way because I am left-handed. And back here is really just my compartment for my firearm, and that is going to be the Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS with the Recover Tactical Pistol Stable Brace. And then in here, I also want to show you what Vertx is pretty famous for, and that's having looped interiors. So in here, you can put a iPad 11 Pro. I'm actually using that right now for my notes, but I usually have that back here. And then this whole thing is looped lined, so that way you can put any of their Taktagami pouches on here. You can put any hook backing pouches on here as well, or any patches as well. On the front side, you have more hook lining right here, and then you have a zipper up here as well. I don't really have anything stored in there because if I load that out, the front pocket actually starts protruding out a little bit more, and I don't really like that. But if you have slimmer items like slimmer power banks or things like that, wallet, you can put that in here, no problem. Now let's move on to the front of the bag. So the front of the bag has these two zippers. However you stage them is completely up to you. I usually like my zippers right up front, so that way if I'm putting this down or I have this passenger princess, I can just easily get into that middle compartment. So opening this up, it's almost to the bottom of the bag when it opens up clamshell-like. I wish it did go all the way to maybe where these loops are at the bottom, but it doesn't go down all the way to the bottom necessarily because you have more of this real estate here. But then opening this up and taking a look, so I have my wallet. This is my Cruiser 6.0, by far my favorite wallet. And I have the Anti-Carry Carry Club, Make EDC Great Again, and then my patches right there. On here, I do want to show you that this right here is a med kit, one by Live the Creed. It does have a hook backing, because this is loop lined loops that you can put gear in, but you can also put things like this on there and it'll Velcro. It also has 3 larger loops on the backside in case you need to hang any more gear. You have 3, I want to say, double stack pistol size pockets right back here, and then you have 2 larger elastic pockets which really fit those magazines for any ARs. I do have an extended 27 in there in case I need to fill that up, and then pepper spray, palm pepper spray. And that's really what I have right back here, very minimal. And then on this front side, you have a mesh pocket, and in here I have various electronics. I have a power bank by Anker. Actually, I have another power bank by Anker, and this right here is the Apple Watch USB-C. And then I also have my headphones. Oh no, this is not my headphones. This is my Rode wireless micro for good audio when I make content like this. Probably wondering, where's your knife? Where's your flashlight? Where's your pen? Well, that stays on my hip. And lately, this has been my workhorse, and it is the Tatle Knives MPU clip. And that hosts my pen, that hosts my flashlight. What do I have in here? I have Eberlestock copper flashlight. I also have my tactile turn lefty bolt action pen. And then I have my Leatherman Arc, which is my multi-tool, my knife, essentially everything on there that I need, with multicam black ripstops, Garage Tech skins. And then I have my keys that usually suspend on this clip right here. And that is what hosts my EDC gear on a day-to-day basis. What's really cool also is if you see it there, that's an M, not a TK, because you have the option of putting your own initials on there if you'd like. But this stays on my person and on my hip. I'm left-handed, so 9 o'clock on a day-to-day basis. But that is essentially how I loaded this bag out. 2 things I really love about this bag. Number 1 is the fact that it's compact yet very, very spacious. Let me zip that back up. It's just the right size to really handle a full setup without it looking like I'm gonna go on a small hike here. And 2 is just the minimal aesthetic. Like I had stated, nothing about this screams tactical, no Molly overload, no huge logos other than this one on the back, but even that is really stealthy and no one's gonna see that because it's on your back. It's just clean and functional. And if I had to nitpick, and truly nitpick, something that I wish was different about this bag is this. Honestly, I didn't even know this grab handle was here when I first got this bag because of how minimal and I think so much of an afterthought it was. I didn't really notice that it was even there, because I gravitated to this grab handle that was here, which I'm also comfortable with the Gamut bags, the Ready Pack bags. This was my immediate go-to. And then I saw this, say like a day after. This truly is like an afterthought. And that goes the same for this strap right here. I feel like they did this shoulder strap very well. And then what the heck happened? This is super thin. I feel like if this gets snagged on something and snagged hard enough, it could snap. So I feel maybe they could have continued this padded strap to go all the way down to where it clips onto here. And even if they needed to extend it a little bit, having more of a reinforced nylon instead of just one single ply thin nylon, because it really is cheap feeling. And then when I wear it on my person, this is exactly how it looks. It digs into the side here when I really have this thing loaded out, and I constantly have to bring this over, readjust it. I don't find that to be a fun thing when I have to wear this hours on end over my shoulder. So maybe in a version 2.0, they can add that on there and have it a little bit more reinforced. I mean, they kept the loose straps in mind because they have a keeper there, which is cool, but you guys gotta do something more about this thing right here. Feels really cheap. But who would this be perfect for? I want to say if you're just running errands, you're just on the go and you need to throw a sling on, this is a good one for you because it doesn't take too much space in your car, especially if I'm lugging around my family with me. You could also use it for a small hike if you know, that's your thing. I don't hike, but you could stack this up with your hiking gear. At least if you're looking at something maybe 5 miles or under, this is gonna be a good pack for you. And this could be a good car companion where if you wanna just throw this in a storage space in your truck, car, van, vehicle, you can do so. So that way, if you need extra real estate, you can sling this bag out. But I gotta be honest, guys, this bag truly surprised me. I don't really like rocking slings, but this kind of changed my mind. If you're like me and you usually like rocking fanny packs and waist packs, try getting your hands on this Vertx Urban Sling bag, because this might just change your mind about slinging things over your shoulder for everyday carry in general. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. What do you think about this bag? Is this something that you would rock? What are your pros? What are your cons? Fire down in the comments below. As always, stay safe, stay ready, stay prepared. My name is Mikey Messina. This is Mikey Daily Carry. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Walk.